Okay, so on day 2 of your lab, you should have done your enzyme experiment with a number of different buffer solutions. I've set up kind of a generic table here to illustrate how you're going to go ahead and graph this stuff out. So okay, just a quick and simple way here. On day 2, you should have done your enzyme experiment with a number of different buffer solutions. So I've got kind of a generic setup right here. What you're going to end up doing here is you're going to try to get as many solutions as you can. So this group did 4 of them. They did 2 and 5 and 9 and 12, those pHs, and they got this data. We can go ahead and highlight that, and just to show you how easy it is to graph stuff on here, you're going to go Insert and then Chart, and it will create a chart that compares time, the first column, to everything else here, pH 2, pH 5, etc. So we've got the one just runs at 0 the whole time, and then it shows this other one and this one here. Okay, but we want to also add in a couple more data points too. So when you figure this out, what you need to do is you need to insert your different pHs. So over here, I've got a pH of 7. Well, when did we get that data? That was on the first day. That's just distilled water. So pH of 7, that was our first day data. So I'm going to insert that, but I'm going to put it between 5 and 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the column for C. I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to insert a column to the right of this because I want to put one right there. Now I'm going to take this stuff and then I'm going to copy and paste it. So I'm going to use Control X. You can right click and do that if you want to. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit Control V and I'm going to move that whole thing over there. pH 10 belongs after pH 9. So like this pH 10 here, I'm going to insert it in the next column over. So I'm going to put another column to the right there. And pH 3 I need to put in too, so I'm going to make another column for me while I'm doing this. So this pH of 10 one, I'm going to put into there, so Control X, Control V, and then I'm going to highlight this one here, and I'm going to Control X, and I'm going to Control V, and now I've got a whole range. And you will need to find all of the pHs that we have in the class, and then you take this whole box here, and then you're going to insert chart, and it should put it like this. Now, the problem is sometimes it says, well, do you want a column? Do you want a line? We want a line, so let's do a line chart here. So we're going to do that. And then that gives us that. Now, why don't we have standard deviation or standard error? We don't have those things because we don't have multiple sets of data for each pH level. So we don't need those types of things. You could put in error bars if you wanted to. You can customize. And then you can go to grid lines and ticks, I believe it is. Nope. It is underneath series. And then you can add error bars if you want to. But the problem is that they just assume 10% error bars above and below each data point. So it looks fancier, but it's really not all that great. But that's how you would insert an error bar into a graph if you wanted to. You'd go to series, and then you'd insert error bars. You can also insert your own custom error bars from a place. So you can do them from a place. You can do them from standard deviation of these things. But really, we don't have multiple sets of data, so you can't get error bars when you only have one data point for every pH. So that's how you make that graph. Your job is to get that graph completed and looking nice, and that should take care of it. Good luck.